The 2018 Nissan Rogue Sport is the best crossover for you if you believe subcompact size doesn't have to mean subpar comfort. Nissan introduced this little 5-seater for model year 2017, and it's back for 18 with an important safety feature standard instead of optional. Unchanged is the handsome styling and refined manner that help it stand out in the crowded subcompact crossover segment. Its main audience continues to be young urbanites abandoning cars for the versatility and image of an SUV. But must you be a millennial to appreciate this crossover's virtues and accept its compromises? Let's answer that question. I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a car preview video review of the 2018 Nissan Rogue Sport. Leveraging the popularity of its Rogue compact crossover, Nissan calls this subcompact crossover the Rogue Sport. It may as well call it the Rogue Spittin' Image. As you can see, the Sport, here in Nitro Lime, is essentially a Rogue scaled down for an even faster growing market segment. Where the Rogue competes with the likes of the Toyota RAV4 and Ford Escape, the Rogue Sport takes on the Jeep Renegade, Honda HR-V, and a slew of other diminutive crossovers. For some shoppers, these rivals will also include Nissan's own Kicks, introduced for 2018 to replace the eccentric Juke. The Kicks is slightly smaller and less expensive than the Rogue Sport, but it carries a whiff of the flamboyant styling that defines many of the Sport's rivals. By comparison, the Rogue Sport stands out as pretty conservative. It's also a standout for the look and feel of this interior, which would be at home in a vehicle costing lots more. There's a reason for that. The Rogue Sport is actually an Americanized version of the Nissan Qashqai. In Europe, the Qashqai competes with premium-class crossovers from BMW and Audi. It's so successful, Nissan insiders call the Qashqai the cash cow. Our version stresses affordability with 3 levels of trim outfitted and priced appropriately for this very attainable class. All 3 share a trendy flat-bottom steering wheel. A leather-wrapped and heated wheel is optional on the SV and standard on the SL. Every model also comes with Bluetooth connectivity and satellite radio. The middle-of-the-line SV gets 17-inch alloy wheels, mirrors with integrated turn signals, and conveniences like push-button ignition, dual-zone automatic climate control, and a power driver's seat. Exclusive to the top-line SL are 19-inch alloys, leather upholstery, and an optional moonroof. Standard on the SL and optional on the SV is a navigation system with a 7-inch dashboard screen. It supplants a tiny 5-inch screen, and it's the only way to display a map because smartphone interfaces like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are not available. The big change for 2018 is autonomous emergency braking as standard on every Rogue Sport. Last year, it was available only on the SL as an option. It can automatically slow or stop the crossover to avoid a frontal collision with another vehicle or a pedestrian. That's a laudable standard feature, but you still have to pay extra for most other safety technology. Blind spot and rear cross-traffic detection are available on the SV and SL in packages costing more than $2,400. And lane-maintaining automatic steering and radar cruise control, along with LED headlamps, are exclusive to the SL's $2,800 premium package. All Rogue Sports remain available with a choice of front or all-wheel drive, and the only engine is again a 4-cylinder linked to a continuously variable automatic transmission, also known as a CVT. Horsepower and torque are middling for this class, but performance is pretty good around town. Part of the credit goes to the relatively sporty calibrations of the CVT. Nissan even gives it simulated gear changes and a manual mode. Still, you'll need to floor the throttle to pass quickly or merge with fast-moving traffic. When you do, there's no escaping that annoying engine drone characteristic of a CVT powertrain. Since Nissan calibrates this CVT for enhanced performance, the Rogue Sport does not excel for fuel economy. EPA ratings are no better than the average for the class. In fact, they're slightly below those of the larger and more powerful Rogue. Far more satisfying is the way the Rogue Sport rides and handles. We could ask for sharper steering, but otherwise this crossover is comfortable and composed, and unlike some in the class, doesn't feel small or lightweight. The Rogue Sport isn't designed to be a handling hooligan, but it does give you confidence to take turns with some spirit, and unlike lots of rivals, it tackles bumpy roads without being thrown off course or jarring your bones. A measure of credit goes to the independent rear suspension, technology that's not universal in this class. The Kicks, for example, doesn't have one. Contributing to this sense of well-being is a refreshingly rational cabin design and a high seating position on roomy front buckets. The rear bench is supportive and legroom's okay if the front seats are less than halfway back. Nissan thoughtfully includes air vents, but there's no escaping narrow rear doorways that force you to twist your ankles to get out. Cargo volume is among best in class, and SV and SL models get Nissan's nifty divide and hide cargo management system. As for value, base prices are competitive, although you'll need the $2,400 technology package to equip the volume-selling SV model with the extra safety features, navigation, and things like heated mirrors, seats, and steering wheel. That's still not a bad buy, but it does put you in the price range of larger compact crossovers. Still, the Rogue Sport is easy to rationalize thanks, we believe, to its Qashqai roots. With its clean styling and polished demeanor, the Rogue Sport feels like the grown-up of the compact crossover class. Still, it's playful enough to justify the sport part of its name. For more on this and other cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to CarPreview.com, and please subscribe to our Car Preview YouTube channel.